Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your weekly reading. This is going to be between now and the 28th of January, so quite a bit of time just because I've missed a week. So I want to make sure all of this time is accounted for. I am in a little bit of discomfort. I'm not feeling so good today, but I do want to make sure I get the readings out as well, so bear with me. We're just going to dive into it. Alright, so I'm just going to quickly shuffle. I do have some extra oracle cards to use this week as well. Let's dive in. Let's split it. Yeah, as you can see, I'm not in the mood to edit either this week, so just going with the flow as always, like we used to do. So your current energy this week, Capricorn, is a Page of Cups. You're going to feel quite emotional. That doesn't have to be a bad thing. It does feel like there's going to be a lot of like emotional surprises, maybe. Again, this is not really saying whether it's good or bad. We will determine based on the other cards of the reading, but you will have a lot of heightened emotions, a lot of sensitivities and vulnerabilities coming through when this card comes up in your energy. So you could just be feeling like, why am I crying today, or why do I feel like crying? Like some of you, this could just be purging a lot of your emotions, to be honest, and maybe things that were hidden. The Page of Cups can sometimes be that inner child, so it's very likely that these emotions need to come up. But let's see what the rest of the cards are saying. So your challenge this week is a Six of Cups. So there could be some influence of the past here. Capricorn, you could be reflecting on old memories. This nostalgia is coming through as a challenge though. So again, you could just be really thinking about past situations, and those emotions that you used to feel are coming back up again, whether it's good or not, I don't know, but this is in your challenge position. So it just tells me that there is a little bit, maybe some bad memories, or a little bit of what you've went through and the emotional turmoil of it. So it's going to pop up as a surprise. You could hear from someone of the past, to be honest, especially with this combination, and it could mess with your feelings a little bit. But let's carry on. Let's see, what are you being asked to focus on? It's the Three of Cups, either friendship or celebrating the small things in life. This is a card of abundance, as you can see by all the fruit that's surrounding these people. The Three of Cups, to me, the way that I read it is like, you're not at the 10, but you're at the 3, and that's still amazing. It may seem like your goals are far away, or there's a lot more happiness to achieve in your life, or you're not feeling that you're anywhere near where you want to be in life emotionally, or in terms of the things that you have around you. But this is really about being grateful for what you do have, because what you do have now is still great. So what you are being asked to focus on is those close connections. You do have a couple of people, whether they're siblings, friends, family, colleagues. There are some people that you can celebrate with, and that's something that they're asking you to focus on this week, is that kind of cute little, abundant energy that's going on, even if it's other people's, success and victory. And to celebrate that. What some of you could definitely be having some sort of social event at this time, or being encouraged to make sure that you are engaging with some people who have your back, okay? Because even though that past energy is coming in, I think you do have new people, or people around you who support you. So turn to your friends if you need that emotional support. You have a lot of cups coming in, so it is an emotional week, I'll be honest. But again, focus on the good things. Focus on the things that you have attained lately, that even if they're small things, bathe in it, because you can help it to grow by being grateful for the things that you have already. Apologies for the train. Right, in terms of your recent past, you have the Eight of Cups. That means that, recently you've had to walk away from something that has not served you. This could be, it's another cup card, so this could be in relation to this past energy, and it's popping back up again, or again, you're still purging through those feelings. Eight of Cups usually comes in when something is missing in your life, and, where you were, you could not attain that. So some of you had to walk away from maybe a person, a connection, a work situation, or whatever. It could even be habits. You've had to walk away from things that just were not serving you, so that you could find things that did, okay? And sometimes that can be quite difficult. Sometimes it comes from, unveiling some sort of truth of a situation, or coming to that harsh truth that actually I'm not going to grow where I'm at, or who I'm around. So you have to shift it up a little bit and walk away. So that's what's happened in the recent past. Your strengths this week is the Temperance, is patience. I know it's not Cups card, but she does have those there. So a lot of emotional energy. Temperance is a card of patience. It is a card of balance. It's a card of making sure that we don't just run ahead. This is a card. This is an energy of taking a little bit of a break, some time to yourself, like to check in with yourself. How are you doing? How are things going? It's about balancing yourself before you move forward. It's like a pit stop card. So your strength this week is your patience, is your ability to forgive. For some of you, there is like an element of forgiveness here, and it doesn't mean that you have to let someone in your life, but it is an energy of you're able to kind of balance yourself, balance the emotions of this. Like, it's not all bad and that person's terrible, even though they might be. You do have a very loving energy about you within this week, and that is your strength. Your strength is that you don't completely burn in flames because of something that happened outside of your control. You're able to kind of balance yourself. So that is your strength this week. Taking a pit stop is also, and being patient is also going to be your strength this week as well. Again, it is really about balancing your emotions. Your near future, Capricorn, is the Knight of Wands, so bringing that fire energy back, which I love. This is Sagittarius energy. This is about it's about courage, it's about bravery, it's also about having that motivational energy and that fiery energy to chase things that you desire. He's a conqueror at the end of the day. He wants to experience new things, and he has that drive too, so he's running around, going to new places. That's why it's a card of travel as well. So some of you, there definitely could be some travel coming up for you. In terms of achieving goals and actually having some ambition, this is a really good energy for getting your mojo back, given that you've had a lot of emotional cards. You might have been craving that fiery energy, that part of yourself that is just doesn't care anymore, is detached from those emotions, or healed from those emotions, should we say, and is ready to just roll with life and experiment and explore. It's a very carefree energy coming up for you in the near future with that Sagittarius energy. It's can be at times naive, so just pay attention to that. It's overly optimistic, which is not really a bad thing unless it's mixed with bad things. So just pay attention to your surroundings. But this card is a really good card for really feeling free. So this tells me that the emotional stuff that you're dealing with now in the near future will kind of be relieved. All right. And both Sagittarius energy, so it's probably from this balanced energy that you're having, is actually going to really help you in the near future. Now, your emotions this week, 6 of Pentacles. There is a scale here, so there is a little bit of an imbalance, but the 6 of Pentacles is actively a card of pay attention to what you're giving to. If we're giving too much to our emotions and things that upset us, then, and that's what we're focusing on, then of course that there's going to be an imbalance. So again, you have the ability to balance these emotions, maybe paying attention to things that were good in your life, those good feelings, the people that you still have around you that bring you good feelings is what you're being called to focus on, okay? This is Virgo energy. It's about being organized. It's about paying attention to, again, what you're focusing on, to what you're giving to. But because this is in terms of your emotions, you're stabilizing them this week. And you're finding ways to stabilize them, especially maybe to do with what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. Now, in terms of your environment, 8 of Swords, something about your environment is making you feel stuck or trapped here, whether that's just up in your head or whether you're feeling a little bit like you're in a situation that's out of your control. The 8 of Swords can sometimes make us feel like a bit like a victim of circumstances that are happening around us, a little bit out of control, as if you're being cornered, or as if again, there's nothing that you can do to fix the situation. It's not necessarily true. The 8 of Swords does encourage us to make sure we're looking at everything that's surrounding us. If you want to leave a situation, or if you want to get out of this anxious energy of feeling trapped and feeling out of control, then we have to open our eyes and we have to look at the situation because there is ways out of it usually. So that energy, it could be people that you're feeling a little bit stuck around, or again, things have been happening in your life, Capricorn, that maybe make you feel a little bit, again, out of control. That will subside. I definitely feel like that. I feel like it's more because of the emotional aspect of it, given all the cards that we're seeing here. You will gain that motivation to kind of free yourself. Again, we have a free spirited energy in your near future, so your environment right now may be feeling a little bit crappy or a little bit like you're procrastinating, a bit stuck. I do see you freeing yourself from it. All right, but you got to free yourself from your mind first with that card. Right now, in terms of your hopes this week and what you're desiring for is for a balance. The Two of Pentacles is about multitasking. It's a card about, juggling a few things, being quite busy. Maybe that's something that you're wanting, is to be a bit more busy, is to have some things that you're working on. So for some of you, for example, and it might not be all of you, but there is just this energy of maybe you've been on a break, or maybe you've not been having a lot of things going on for you in the workspace, for example, or I think you've been just maybe more focused on the emotional side of things of life at the moment. So you're wanting to kind of get back into that growth aspect. Two of Pentacles is, Pentacles is usually about your finances. It's about, the things that you're building for yourself, growth, things that you're planting, things that you're doing actively. So what you're hoping and desiring is that things come into balance and that you have some things that you can kind of get lost in a little bit, which is quite interesting. Now, in terms of your overall energy of the Four cards, so that ignites a new beginning for you guys. This tells me that there is a new journey that you guys are on, have been on, or maybe stepping into this week. So again, some travel could be coming up. Some of you could definitely just, pack your bags and decide to travel a while through your backpack, or again, it is really just exploring new grounds. Because we have this past influence and purging of that and emotional aspect of it, this could very well be this new energy that you're ready to take a leap into by the end of the week, by the end of the time frame that we're speaking about, or it's just an energy that you guys are in. The Full card is again taking a risk, taking a leap, doing something different, doing something you've never done before, being the newbie. He is a child at the end of the day. Is that curiosity is taking you somewhere and is taking you into new experiences. So some of you definitely could end up just like moving or doing something that can be perceived as quite crazy, but it's a new journey. It's exciting for you at the end of the day. So it seems good to me. Let's get you some oracle cards. I'm only gonna take the one, actually screw it, I'm gonna take all of it. Why not? I'm in that mood today. So you have truth. All right, I am lovingly honest with myself and others. So it could be some truth coming through. That could be the past energy that you're, discovering about. None of this is heavily saying, you're about to discover something, but there could be an apology, or there again could be some sort of like emotional recognition that you guys are coming to an understanding of about something of the past, most likely. You have hope and watched over, which came out together, which is very beautiful. Because this is kind of telling me that there is somebody who's looking out for you in the spirit world, by the way. So Hope says, I trust that God has a wonderful solution and brilliant plans in store for me. And we have being watched over, which I'm going to cover the nudity of the baby here, just because YouTube does not like it, of course. So this says, I allow myself to feel safe and enjoy my life, knowing that heaven is watching over my loved ones and me. So a lot of this is really understanding the fact that you are protected. Maybe lately you've lost that hope and, was disconnected from that truth. So I feel like you're stepping back into faith, and that really is what the Fool card is. It's like, what have I got to lose if the universe is watching out for me? So it's a good energy to step into at the end of the day. We also have the Tea Leaf Tarot, which I know some of you have missed. For Capricorns, please. One more. We have a few. These are just random messages for those who don't know. So you do have trouble and accusations coming up this week. Again, that could be of that past energy or things that you've had to walk away from. This is being aware of great pride or people who are super prideful. You do have a marriage taking place, either romantic or business. You'll be playing a different role. Someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. The most difficult part of the situation is over, and discord amongst friends or family. All right, that could be all that emotional stuff that you guys are dealing with. But again, the most difficult part of the situation is over, which makes sense because you've already walked away from it. It's just rebalancing yourself since that happened. But let's get you some dice. cover your ears if you don't like the sound of this, because you have Leo energy coming through. All right, it's about confidence, boldness, being courageous. We have the number 8. The number 8, when it comes down to numerology, I always see it as a number of karma, to be honest. And actually, we're in the year of the 8 too. I see it as karma because it looks like an infinity sign. It's almost like what it indicates change, but it's change that you actively take the efforts and the steps to do. It's almost like what you send out to the universe. I see it as the change that comes back to you. So that could be something here. Again, it could relate to the 8 of Cups, to be honest. The change that you made and the courage that it took to make that change is going to come back to you tenfold. And you also have Pluto, which everyone's been having, and there is a big astrological transit going through with the Pluto, which is going into Aquarius, which is bringing up a lot of shifts. Think back to March 2023, because that's when Pluto last went into Aquarius briefly, so things could be happening in your life similar to back then. But anyway, it's rebirths, deaths, and transformations. Very Scorpio energy, so that is an energy coming up for you guys as well. But it is with the sign of Leo calling you to be more courageous, more bold, not be afraid from the spotlight or shining bright, be confident, all right, is some advice for you. But anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you. I wish you guys all the best. Thank you for being here with me. Apologies if the reading is not up to your standard, just because I feel a little bit poopy today and for the last few days, which is why I wasn't posting. But anyway, I love you guys. I hope it was good enough for you. Let me know. And I hope to see you guys next time. Alrighty.